Terry Caliendo, Dedicated Managers, back again for another video in this exciting series of WordPress Oxygen building with custom post types and advanced programming. In the last video, number 10, I showed how to relate two custom fields and two different post types to each other. So first I showed how to add custom fields to custom post types using the custom fields plugin, and then I kind of showed how to relate the two in the last, relate two different custom post types together in the last video. So now in this video we need to go ahead and start building out the front end. So if we take a look here on the, this is the production website. If we look at a particular tour date, so I probably need to go back to here. So if I'm on the tour dates custom post type, and I've got these tour dates built out, and if we look at one of these tour dates, remember this is just title. This doesn't actually get used for anything. It's actually, the show is actually this information, and which is really the date and time of the show, and that's attached to a specific venue custom post type, which is this thing here. So this is one of the, where is it? I lost it. Is one of these. So this is one of these. So if we go to view the actual tour date, so if I click to view it, I want to see the information about the tour presented nicely, right? That's the whole purpose of the tour date, is to take that information and present it nicely on the front end. So if we look at what we have now, I'm back on the development website, and here I've got my tour dates, I've got my venues created. That's what we did in the last videos, and I even created a tour date in this video, and I related the time information, the tour date time information. That's what the tour date is. I related it to a tour venue. So I'm relating it to one of these guys. I've only built one of them, so I related it to that one. Now if we go and click on this one in the development site, we go to view it. We don't get anything. We get the header and footer because that's the main template, and we told that to be a catch-all. But I haven't actually designed the footer, the page template for that information to be displayed. So that's what we got to start building next. So to do that, we go back to the main admin panel, and we want to go to Oxygen and create a template. And so this template, I'm going to add a new template, and I am going to call this tour dates, or tour date, because that's what it's going to represent, is a single tour date. I'll add it there, and that's going to come back with the Oxygen editor now. And I want to apply this. First I want to give this template, I want it to inherit from the main template. So that way the main template will encase the tour date template. So we'll see that in a second, but basically it's just like creating a regular page. I saved it, and now I also want to make sure that we associate this Oxygen template to the tour dates post type. So it will then override the the catch-all that's happening everywhere else. So that's that. Now I'm going to go into Oxygen. So now we've started the template for tour date. We've given it the outer template of main, and we've assigned it to the tour dates to show as when the tour dates are tried to be viewed. So I'll click on Edit Oxygen. We'll go in. We'll see the Oxygen editor. I'm going to let this load for a second, and I'll be back. All right, so it's loaded here, and you can see that here is where I'm going to be designing, and this top and bottom is the main template that it's inheriting. So that's pretty cool that it can do that. Pretty awesome, actually. So I'm opening up my structure panel and my element adder panel, and the first thing I'm going to do is, if we take a look at this, I've got a map on the right, and I've got some stuff on the left. So the easiest way to do that in Oxygen is to, actually it's not a helper, it's a basic, I think, columns. We'll go 2 by 2, and then that gives us our columns. And that way, when we get to a small enough screen size like this, the columns then become one on top of the other. And I showed that in previous videos, how to configure that. I'll probably end up showing it again. Now, within this div, I want to add the map. So that's actually a free feature by Oxygen. Here it is here. So I added the map, and interestingly, right, we need this map to load the tour venue information. We're on the tour schedule, so I can't get that yet. I actually have to write a custom plugin to go and get that that information, because it's 2 levels down. We're on the tour date, so we can get the tour date information. We can get the name of the tour venue from this level, but we can't dig down into the venue and get the address, the Google Maps address text area that we created. That's 2 levels deep, and Oxygen isn't quite knowledgeable enough to go that deep, because we're using a plugin. We're not doing all Oxygen functionality here. So we're going to need to write a custom function to do that. We'll do that in a second. But first, let's start building out the left-hand side over here. All right, so on the left side here, I'm just going to first add a heading. Actually, I'm going to put a container div within the div, just to make things easier in the future. And now I'm going to add a heading. And this heading will just say live. And then I will add the next segments. So this is all live. This is venue information, venue information, venue information. I don't have the functionality for that. So we're going to do this stuff next, where we do the import the date, bring in the date and time. So let's add a text area, and in this text area I am going to insert data, and I can go into the advanced custom field, and I can get date and time of the show. Whoops, I hit the wrong button there, didn't I? Let's try it again. Insert data, advanced custom fields, date and time of the show. I want to use this format, which is going to be, well, we'll see it when it loads. So now when I click off of it, I should get the load there. So it says Tuesday, January 1st. Don't have the year on there. It's not like we're shooting a couple years out, so that's fine. We'll style that up in a second. And then I want to add another, let's see. Yeah, I want to add another text field below that. And in this one, I am going to insert the data. Same thing, advanced custom fields, date and time of the show. But this time, I'm going to give it the date format of the hours, minutes, and AM, PM in capital. So when I click off of that, it goes and loads so it's pulled from the same field, just displaying it differently. And then, of course, I make this look nicer by doing some stuff like this. I give it a big bold time, and giving this something like this with a text color. I'm not going to get too deep into details here. This stuff is obvious. You can pretty much figure this stuff out on your own. So the next part is to go and, well, let me save that so that it's saved. So that gets us the tour information. I'll get into the ticket button later. That's some special functionality. And then what we need to do now is go and start up a custom plugin so that we can pull this information. So that'll be the next video, is going and getting the custom information, or getting the information that's related to this tour date through the venue. As you can see, if I was to try and insert here, insert data, I can go to advanced custom fields and I can get the venue, but that just gets me the venue, the, uh, 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 the venue object, or the venue name. And you can see that because I can't pick any of the, none of the subfields show up. I mean, I can get the post object ID and insert it, but that doesn't do me any good. That just, all that does is gets me 55. That doesn't actually do me any good. I can't do anything with that. So I have to go and write some functionality in a custom plugin, which is really simple. We'll do that in the next video. So again, Terry Caliendo signing off. This was video number 11. It's part of a series. If you like it, please comment. If you're finding this stuff helpful, please let me know by commenting. Subscribe to us on our channel. Appreciate all the subscriptions. I'm trying to get up to 100 for a special reason. We'll throw a big celebration when I hit 100. And also, the videos are probably going to tend to slow down from now on. I'm taking on a big project, so I am probably going to pump out a few more videos, but then it's going to slow down. So please subscribe so that you'll get notifications when I start adding more and more videos or finish this up in my development time after I get done with project work. So probably going to slow down for a little bit here. Again, Terry Caliendo, Dedicated Managers is the website, dedicatedmanagers.com. Contact us if you need any help with a project, looking to outsource something, just have a question, whatever, need a project taken over. We can do it all. Take care. Have a great day, and happy coding.